So in this video we'll discuss how to set up your project. So create a new project, then here you just add your JDK, and then if you haven't downloaded the JDK, then you have to download it using this option, download JDK. And if you have already downloaded the JDK, then you have to add JDK. So just click on this add JDK, then you have to find the location where you have stored your JDK. So now my JDK is inside the C program files Java JDK 14.0.2. so here I select it and just press it OK. Now everything is fine. Click on the next, and then again next, and then you have to name a project. So I write my Java test. So this is just the name of the project, and then I click on finish, and I want the new project to be started in this very same window. So just I clicked it, and there you see that it's just updating indices and everything is kind of ready. So here I just start expand this tree structure in the project window, and there you find this is project windows, you see, and this is the structure, and this is the project window. So inside this you have got one folder called .idea. You don't have to do anything here. And then you have got this one is the external libraries, where you can use the external libraries and other kind of features if the project develops. Here inside the src I will write whatever I want to write. So first let me create one class, and that I'll call it as a control room. So it's control room. So this is simple Java class where everything will be starting from here. So it means this class should have the main function, that is public static void, this is static void main, and this is string args. So sometimes they give us warning that this is a C type of structure. So you just write like this, string, and then this box. It means that we are passing the array of string objects, and then inside this I'm going to run just a loop. So I write for int I equal to 0, I less than 10, and I plus plus. Then here you can write system dot out dot println I am ready. Okay, so now this is done. Let me run this. Click on this run, then select your control room and then run it. Then there you will find that I'm ready. This is ready. Now friends, so let me discuss this whole program. This program is called the class. Class is just a logical construct. Logical construct means I have designed. Class is, you can say, is a blueprint of your idea. So my idea is that, and the Java gives the everything in terms of the object. Now what do you mean by object? So according to the Java philosophy, object is just a runtime entity, but with the help of classes they are created. So first, what is class? So class is a logical construct. It means you just assume that this is your structure where I'm just trying to do something. So this is my class, and then the class should have certain variables. So it should have variables. Variables are just memory containers. So there can be int if you want to keep int type of numbers, or the float, or the char, or the arrays. So arrays are again contiguous block of memories or double, and then you have functions. This is f1, this is f2, and this is f3. So first you have to give the values to these variables, and then these functions will be called from here. Now you know that and after this, suppose if I just give the class as demo, then I will create the object like demo dd equal to new demo. So this dd is the object, then this is your real object, and it means what has created. So you have got a creation something like this, where you have certain variables and then certain functions, and then with the help of this dd you can call them, understood? Now let me come back to my application, and then I try to design something like, suppose this is my main class, right? Now I create another class here, and I give it a name as like profit loss. So here you see this is my class, its name is profit loss. So this is a logical construct. Now if you know the idea that the profit loss means it should have a cost price, so I'll go for double CP. This is cost price. Why double? Because the passes are generally represented in terms of 0.2, like the 17.99 or like that, 2 plus decimal mostly. So I better name it as double SP. So these two functions are created. Now here this is done. This class profit loss is just a construct which has two variables, doubles SP and the CP. Now here I create the object of that class, so its name is profit loss my obj, this is my object, equal to new profit loss. And then you see that with the help of my obj dot CP, you can directly put value from here 12.34, and then semicolon my obj dot SP equal to 13.72. So now you see that these two are initialized, but this class does not have any function. Like suppose if I have a function, so public void add, so I just call this function as public void add, and the function system dot out dot println, and it just write CP plus SP. Okay, so now you see, so it means I have initialized the variables from here, but again with the help of this my obj I'll call this function add, and since the argument here is empty, means I don't have to pass any value. And this function, what does this function do? This function simply adds up the content of these two memory cells. So the CP is a memory cell, SP is a memory cell. How these memory cells have got the values? Here my obj, with the help of this my obj I have accessed CP and put 12.34 into that, and with the help of this very same object I have placed dot SP, and then I placed 13.72 into that. So I initialized, I accessed those memory cell with the help of this my obj, and then with the help of this function object I'm calling the function adj. Now adj is the part of the same class. So this class, public class profit loss, have two variables, and one function. So this class public, this class have two things, two category, you can say, the variable and function, and this function anytime can access those values, and it will just print system.out.println. So on the terminal you will find that it just prints CP plus SP. Now let me run. So this is your answer, 26.06, like that. Now just assume that double is a big size number. If I make it as a float, then what will happen? Float, and if I run, now you see the answer was 26.06 and so many places of zeros and then 2. So if I make it as a float, then what will happen? Now this one is saying that you are placing too much values. So I can write 12.5 and 12.13 just. Now see what happens. So this is a loss of the double and the float, because this, when you write decimal, it automatically becomes double. Now here see there will be no any such problem. And you are getting answers 25.0. So this is the difference between the float, and this is how the object works. Thank you very much. Subscribe and keep watching. In the next video I'll describe more about the behavior of the objects and how the object should be created, and this will be very interesting. Just subscribe to our channel and keep watching us.